Hi and welcome to Bitches of Horror, episode 81.
Yes, and we're going to celebrate that with a Vincent special.
And what's a Vincent special?
Well, Vincent has been one of our followers, I guess, for a pretty long time, and we've had some good conversations with him, and he's a really cool dude.
Always supporting us and
Yes.
being very friendly and nice.
Yeah. Since he has trash taste, we thought we'd do a Vincent special.
Yes.
Yeah. But we're usually like recommending films to each other, so we thought, all right, give us your top 5 and we'll go through them.
Yeah, and this happens to be a zombie cannibal flesh-eating special. So
Yes.
we have lots to talk about and lots of trash to go through.
Yep.
Yes.
And we're gonna start with FleshEating Mothers.
Yes. It's from the US from 1988 and it's directed by James Aviles Martin and it's also written by James and Zev Slashinger. And it's starring Robert Lee Oliver, Donatella Hecht, Neil Rosen, Valerie Hubbard, and Terry Hayes.
Ooh, yes. And now that you say that name, that got me. I was like, oh, didn't I write that name down? And
Yes.
he was actually the writer of the other film.
Yes.
Okay, we'll get to that. But it's like, ooh. Anyways, yeah. So, FleshEating Mothers. What could that possibly be about?
Maybe about flesh-eating mothers. That's my guess. I don't know.
Yeah, basically, the title says it all. There's a little bit of an epidemic there about a man who they start seeing, and then sort of. I don't know if it's an STD, but
it's a disease.
Yeah, a disease breaks loose. And the mothers start, not taking people's shit and start eating people instead, basically.
Yeah.
And
And I mean, it sounds hilarious and over the top, and it is hilarious.
it is very trashy, very, low budget type of film, but I was surprised, actually. But yeah, we'll start with the over-the-top acting.
Well, I mean, it's very over the top in some places.
Yeah, it is, and but I think it feels pretty good. I
mean, it fits the type of movie that this is.
Yeah.
And even though some people were kind of bad, it was, it's okay anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, that mixed with, there was one guy, actually, sorry, before I move on, but Dr. Grody, or Growley, or Growley, I think.
Victor Crowley?
Dr. Growley. He was the absolute worst. I would punch him in the face. That's how bad he was. He was absolutely terrible. I think he was, the coroner in the film. He was, just the worst. But otherwise, I thought that, Valerie Hubbard, the person who played Joyce, her scream was really good. She had a really good scream. So there were some, things about the acting that were pretty good. I enjoyed it. The over-the-top thing, it fit the film, so.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah.
So how about the plot?
Plot. I think it's interesting. And I also they kind of, I'm not sure if it's meant to be like that, but it's sort of female empowering. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a spoof on it.
Yeah, I don't know either if it was intentional.
Oh, yeah.
But it comes off in that way, kind of.
It does, yeah.
It's subtle but not subtle. It's
yeah.
Yeah, but
Maybe a little bit of satire in there, but it was there was this one, I wrote down some quotes. It was the position of a woman is low in the system, and they were talking about this and trying to make this a thing in one of the scenes, and how people have responsibility for their mothers, which I thought was shit. I was like, if my mom, started killing people and eating people, I'd just be like, yeah, bye.
yeah.
It's not my responsibility that she goes haywire, sort of thing.
I don't even know her anymore.
No. But yeah, I thought, they had plot was good.
It was fun.
It was fun plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you not like the plot? It's crazy and hilarious. And well, how about the effects?
Effects I thought were really good.
Me too.
Super good. Definitely.
Yeah, when they were
whoa.
eating different body parts and stuff, it was really, really well made. actually. I was surprised. It was.
Fun kills, and, like, the moms, like, before they started, like, right when they were about to start killing, they had, like, these good conversations with their people in the family. And I like the one quote was, "Always have a glass of milk with your meal. More.
Yes.
Always more." And she's just, like, pushing milk on her son.
And also their faces.
Yeah.
Like, the zombie faces were very cool, actually.
Yeah. I think one of the, like, bad things about it was, I mean, not bad, but there's a lot of the family members were, like, okay with, like, their family dying. Well, it's like his baby brother died, or, like, her dad died, and they were just like, moved on.
Well, you know, in these types of films, it's like, oh, okay.
I mean, it's not like a serious film. I mean, come on. You gotta have some emotions. And also that there was a really crappy, meaty music with, like, a meaty flute going on. Which I don't know what.
I mean, the music was questionable in a lot of scenes.
Yeah.
It felt very random and just, you know, oh, we have this kind of music. We can put it maybe here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things about the SFX that I forgot to say was that the blood was a little bit too thick. I felt. I noticed that it's very different in, like, the budget low budget films. It's like sometimes it's, like, really, really good, and sometimes it's, like, orange, and sometimes it's really thick. Sometimes it's too watery. But I think in this one it was too thick.
Oh, I don't know. No complaints from me there.
Okay. Just me being me.
Yeah.
But I love the clothes that they had. I don't know. They had, like, this, like, some super American, like, housewife clothing going on. And their accents, I thought, was really good. I mean, it was probably their real accents, maybe, but I liked the accent that they had in the film. Yeah. Good effects. Overall, I really enjoyed it.
And what will
a
you
lot
give it?
more than I thought I
What will
would.
you give it?
7 out of 10.
Ooh. I will give it a 6 out of 10. I mean, it was fun, but...
Yeah. I think it's the first time you haven't, like, given 1 point over me. Every time it feels like...
It has happened before.
It has. It has, but it's been a while. It's like, okay, I'll give it a 7. You're like, I'll give it an 8.
Just to mess with Jasmine.
No. Not, but I mean... Moving on to the film that same person worked on it.
Yes.
Was Was A Teenage Dombey from 1987. It's directed by John Elias Michalakis. Sounds
kind of sexy.
Yeah. And written by James Aviles Martin, director of the previous one, Steve McCoy and George Seminara, and it's from the United States.
Yes, it is.
And, it stars Michael Rubin, Steve McCoy, George Seminara, Craig Sabin, and Alan Lewis Rickman. So 2 of the writers are actually in the film.
Yeah. Talk about hard work.
Yeah. You know.
And this movie is about 6 high school friends, and, you know, they're doing typical stuff, dreaming about girls and partying and stuff, and doing some drugs. And then one drug deal goes kind of bad, and the drug pusher ends up being killed by these 6 high school kids, and they throw him in a toxic river. And the toxic river makes the drug pusher come back as a zombie, and now he's out for revenge.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, here's another plot that is just over the top and crazy, but in a really fun way.
Yeah. I gotta say, I'm a bit surprised, like, about his choices. Not in this fact that they're not... I mean, they're trashy, but I'm very picky with my films, and I've had fun. So far. And I thought the acting was surprisingly good in this film. Like, I thought everybody did a good job. I think maybe the drug dealer was a bit too much.
But when he was turned into a zombie, it was fine.
I mean, he was okay, but it's like... He was like a mixture of... what's his name? The guy in Maniac.
Oh, Joe Spinell?
Yeah. He had, like, sort of like Ron Jeremy sort of look. Yeah. But he's, like, really, like, long hair, curly, fluffy, and then, like, porn mustache and just like the whole time. He was alright, but I thought it was a little bit too much.
Yeah, the acting was fine.
Yeah,
it was. It really
I mean,
was.
it's not like
I thought it
Academy
would
Award,
be kind of horrible,
Yeah.
but it wasn't actually. So yeah.
No. And one of the things that surprised me was that, I mean, it's not like, oh, it's a beautiful script, but I thought that it was quite well written, as in, like, just general, like, conversations. It didn't feel pushed, like a lot of sort of trashy films do, where they just come in and they're like, oh, have you seen my grandmother? You know, sort of like that type of weird language that people use. But I think that it was very surprisingly good dialogue in this film.
And there were like some surprises that happened. Like it went into a certain way which I wasn't expecting, and it was kind of beautiful and like. Oh.
I don't know if I felt that, but
yeah, but
fun kills. I thought the kills were very fun.
Got your tongue. That was funny.
That was like the worst part.
But that was funny. So funny.
You have the worst humor, like, for real. I can never
My humor
understand.
Is so funny.
One of the things, I mean, that I think that a lot of people have commented on is that the teenagers are obviously, like, in their late 20s, like, our age.
Like, it was always like that in
I guess with trashy films
and 90s
but
and stuff.
But I didn't think it ruined anything, but I think that a lot of people might be like, well, these guys aren't teenagers. Which I think is fine in trashy films. In, like, A-list films.
Maybe it was meant as a joke.
Shit, but...
You know,
oh, yeah. I'm 100% sure that these writers wrote these characters, like, for themselves and, like, about their own friends and, like, hey, come on, let's make a film sort of thing.
Yeah, let's be a teenager.
Yeah. But I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very
Good
fun.
film.
Yeah. And what else?
Yeah, that's it. I
That's
think the drug dealer's just he got my nerves a lot, but other than that was pretty good. Yeah. So I give it a 7 out of 10.
Me too. 7 out of 10.
Moving on.
Yes, moving on to a film called Hell of the Living Dead. And it's from 1980, from Italy and Spain. It's directed by Bruno Mattei and Claudio Fragasso.
Yes.
And it's written by Claudio Fragasso, Jose Maria Cunilles, and Rosea Drudi.
I love how you put an accent in your, like, when you try
Yeah,
to
I try to be
it.
respectful. I don't know.
Is it, though?
Yeah, I don't know. And it's starring Margre?
Margie.
Oh, I said Margie. It's an R. Oh, Margie Newton. Okay, Franco.
Margie Newton.
Yes. Garofalo. Silan Carey. I can't spell, you know. Jose Grass. Gabriel Renum.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is about a virus that breaks out, and a cameraman and her boyfriend go down to... Is that right? Is she a cameraman? A woman and her boyfriend go with these 4 special soldier, I don't know what they are, SWAT team, to New Guinea to find out where this flesh-eating zombie epidemic came from.
Yes.
Basically. Yeah. Typical... And not typical. I don't want to say it's too typical, but it's similar to, like, cannibal films.
Yeah.
It has the part where
it feels very Italian.
It is so Italian.
It is.
So Italian.
But I really liked the beginning.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Me too, yeah.
It was very fun. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm digging this. This will be a fun film.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think, yeah, it started out pretty good, but I think it kind of...
Yeah,
slowed down.
Yes.
Went into that regular sort of cannibal film. It's like nothing new sort of thing. But goblin music, always a plus. But I know that a lot of the music in this film was taken from other films.
Yeah, but it was good.
Yeah, it was still good.
Yeah. In the acting
was okay. I watched it dubbed, so it's hard. But I think it was
but like with the expression.
Yeah, like,
you know,
voice. I mean, I hate dubs. I gotta tell you straight now, because you know how much of a problem I have with ADR and just. I mean, Italian films in general usually are kind of dubbed, but the voice acting and the actual facial expressions per se were no problem with. I thought they were good. Together, sometimes it was like,
too much.
Cannot watch dubs. But I do think though, like a lot of some in like the Italian films before that, people speak their like own language in it, so they have to dub it somehow.
Yeah, they spoke like several languages in the same sense.
So I can imagine that Margie Newton maybe spoke English or something. I don't know, but yeah, not too bad. But there were some pretty good effects in this. I mean, I expect that from films that Vincent...
These types of
the Vincent, because he loves his gore. So it wasn't like I was going to be like, oh, I was going to get shit effects, because he would never recommend anything with shit effects, unless he had, like, a good reason to. But, yeah, really good effects. There were some things, like, there's a point where he, like, spit blood, but he wasn't, like... He didn't get like stabbed anywhere or done anything where he would actually spit.
Sometimes that happens once a month,
And then that puke scene was pretty bad.
Yeah.
If you remember that by the car where he just goes.
Oh yeah.
He's standing there and then he goes just like spits it out. And I'm like, that's just no. But there were, I mean, I think if they would have taken away the whole New Guinea part where they go into the tribe, I think the film would have been a lot better.
Yeah, the pacing would have been a lot better.
Yeah, I think that
I kind of lost interest there in the middle somewhere. But towards the end, I was like, oh, this is fun again.
Yeah. A lot of the footage I read from the actual New Guinea were from a real documentary.
Okay.
So they took that and put it in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
So, yeah. But, it was okay.
Yeah. It was. And that's why I will give it a 6 out of 10.
Give it a 5 out of 10.
See?
Maybe we should do it the other way around, and then we'll actually see if I'm the one. If I just give everything lower. Next up, we have The Video Dead.
Yes.
From 1987, written and directed by Robert Scott from the United States, and starring Roxana Angison, Rocky Duvall, Michael St. Michaels, you might recognize him from The Greasy Strangler, and Jennifer Miro.
Yes, and this film is about a family that wants a new television set, so it gets delivered to them. But what they don't know is that set is like a portal for zombies to enter through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Another insane plot, but...
It kind of feels like, Sinister. The Ring. Maybe got their ideas from this,
From The Video Dead?
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, just listening to the plot and thinking about it, it's like, there's probably been films about it before. I don't know. I'm shit with older films. Anyways, yeah.
I just want to hear your thoughts about this film, because
I think that the plot is pretty good.
Like,
I like the plot.
Amazing.
Yeah, I like the plot.
I love the plot. But what was the problem? Like the main problem?
I've written some really weird comments here, which I can't really explain, even though I saw it like a day ago, 2 days ago. Shady Lane, I think that's what they were living on.
Oh.
Shady Lane, I thought that was pretty good.
That was pretty funny,
yeah. And then they were talking about about skunks and poodles. Where something about, I can't remember, that poodles wouldn't, do something and skunks would spray on them, and I was like, is that true? I can't remember what it was. It was something, really weird.
Yeah, there was a woman who it wasn't her poodle, or was it she babysitting? She was like, I don't really like poodles or something. But she was like, oh, it always runs away, and then it tries to
mate with the
skunks, but the skunks, sprays the poodle, and then it smells, awful or something.
I can't remember,
Yeah.
It was really weird, and I was like, is that true? But I forgot to look it up. Yeah, I was like, Shady Lane, skunks and poodles. What does it mean?
What does it all mean? Let's add this together.
I think my biggest problem with the film was that it was a bit tedious, and I think some of the effects were pretty bad.
I thought it was funny, and I was laughing, a lot.
Really?
Yes, I was. It was really funny.
I thought it was, the makeup was good, I think, on all the...
Yeah, I think the makeup was... Yeah. And I think it was quite creative. There's one scene when one of the zombies or whatever gets hit with
Oh yeah, the iron. Yeah, that was cool. That was
and
really
it just stuck there.
Yeah.
It's like walking around with the iron.
That was
on
pretty
top
cool.
of
Yeah, I
his
like
head.
that. That was
It
good.
was funny.
And I like the washing machine
Yeah.
thing. That was fun.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. God.
And the music, like, these piano kind of.
Oh yeah.
It
Yeah.
reminded me of Halloween.
Oh yeah. When you say it a little bit. Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I love this.
I think there were some things that got me annoyed. It was one of the things where she was getting choked, and the choking sounds were just like really off. It was like
I can't
it was
remember
obvious
the sounds.
ADR, but like they hadn't matched it at all.
Okay.
It was like she was going like, like that, but her mouth was going like that, So it just looked really, really weird. And the fact that when she was being pulled, because she was being pulled like by her throat.
Yes.
And she had blood on her fingers when she was like...
Yeah. Because she was... Her hands
were
was
on the wall. And it was like, where the fuck did that blood come from?
What was it supposed to like mean that her nails?
But why would there be blood
off?
on her fingertips for that?
I don't know.
It's not like it's not like her wall was made of sandpaper. I mean, maybe it was, but I doubt it.
But maybe.
Well, I won't take it away from the whatever, but yeah, I just thought it was a little bit tedious to be honest. I thought it was very slow.
No, I had so much fun.
I think that this film would be a lot better for me in a group of friends with some drinks.
Yes. I think all of these films.
Oh yeah.
Like, we should definitely have a drinking game with
to
friends
all of these. Yeah.
all of these. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah. But I think this one is one of those films where I would have enjoyed it more with some booze in my blood. But yeah, it was okay.
So, what will you give it?
I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Yeah, it's alright.
I will give it an 8 out of 10 because
What?
I really liked it, and I was sure that you would at least like give it like a 6 or 7, and then I saw your score and I was like, oh, okay.
I think that I don't know. Like I said, with booze and friends, I think it'd probably be an 8 out of 10, but not this time.
Well, moving on to the final film of the episode. And it is a film called Flesh Eater. It's from 1988 from the US. It's
my year.
Oh yeah, it's your year. Cool. And it's directed by S. William Hinsman, and it's written by him and Bill Randolph. It's starring S. William Hinsman, John Mowat, Leslie Ann Wick, Kevin Kindlin, Charisse Kirkpatrick Acuff, and James J. Rutten.
Yeah. And this is about a group of friends that go camping, and they find some flesh-eating zombies. Yeah, basically.
It's just your normal like camping trip,
and then it just goes from there.
Yeah.
Yes, it definitely goes from there.
So what about the acting in this one?
I
have to say that out of all of these films, this film has the worst
That fucking conversation in the beginning, and when they were on that hayride, I was just like, shut the fuck up. Oh my god.
There were just so many.
Just shoot all of you in the face. Oh.
Yes, that was the... that was cringe. That was like cringe so for
cringy.
real.
It was so cringy.
I was like, can this please be over? I can't even. Like
they
so many.
If they would have skipped that whole part, it would have just been so much better. They didn't need it either.
It pains me even thinking about that scene. There were a lot of...
It wasn't even like a scene.
No,
that was the thing. It's just like here's intro music. We're going to see who's in it. And then let's just have this like long fucking, sort of like, what do you call it when they... Like a montage, but just... It wasn't a montage of pictures. It was a montage of just people talking. You couldn't even see the people who were talking. You could just see like a truck driving, and then you could just hear conversations. It was terrible. But anyways, that was just the beginning. So let's move on.
And there were like lots of other cringe scenes.
Yeah, there's one where they like a couple kiss each other, and then she goes, "Why don't you kiss me like that?" And he goes, "Maybe if you had those tits, I would." And she just went like that. She was like, I was like, "Bitch!" I would have punched him. I would have jump kicked him in the face, like for real. That is terrible. I mean, I know it's like, but she was just like, "Stop! It's so mean." I mean, I got a little bit more, fire in my blood, but that would have not flown with me.
Yeah.
But I like the quote. I thought it was fun.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it did have like all the other films, some good SFX at times.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. It did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the plot?
I mean, it wasn't as crazy and over the top as the other films, and it wasn't as fun either. It was just well.
I think my biggest trouble was that like it kind of drifted away from the first group, and then instead of like following the group kind of like popped up in like other scenes. So they'd go to like a barn house and like film a party there, and then they popped up, and then like okay, they went into like someone's house, filmed a scene there, and then they popped up, and then they went into somewhere else. Like it didn't follow them.
Yeah, it wasn't very cohesive.
No, it's just like just pushing in so many characters and different sceneries and just like, I did like the one with the house though, with the guy who was like, "What the hell are you guys doing here?" And then he like brings them in, and he was like, "Go save yourselves." He was like this really good like farmer dude. I was like, "Oh man, you like drove into my heart. Like I love you." I think that and then yeah, there's a long ass fucking sex scene. It wasn't even a sex scene. It was like a kiss scene.
Yeah.
In the barn.
Yeah.
And it was very
cringy.
Yeah.
It was very, very cringy. Like we said, a lot of cringe in this one.
I found it very hilarious because, like, in that scene, like, a zombie walks in.
Yeah.
And they like, this was the worst thing about the film when I think about it. They had all these props to, like, hit people with and do things with, and they could not hit for shit. Like, no one. And they picked them up, and, you know, it wasn't even like they kind of tried. You could see they were doing it really soft for, like, not hurting each other purposes. So they'd, like, take it, and they'd be like, like that. And I found it funny because the guy picked it up. He picked up a pitchfork, and he was going to kill the zombie.
Yeah.
And the zombie, he just, like, the zombie's right in front of him, but he goes... And then the zombie, like, takes the pitchfork from him, and he's, like, so much better with it. I'm like, how is the zombie better with a pitchfork than a living human being? Like, come on. Things like that, like, really irritated me.
He deserved to die.
He did deserve to die.
After that, I was like, you couldn't even hit the zombie, like, right in front of you. You deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did have some cool, like, heart scene, but I thought it was weird because he, like, punched into the stomach and took out the heart. I was like... That's not where the heart is.
Well, the way to someone's heart is through the stomach.
I mean, yeah. Wow. Wow.
See, I'm funny.
Yeah. Yes. Hilarious. But I did read a fun trivia thing was that they were going to have it made out of plastic or something. I can't remember what they were going to make it out of. But they couldn't get that in time, so they had an actual pig heart and forgot to tell him about it. So he bit into an actual pig's heart. Which is pretty fun, I guess. An experience.
Well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, everything just feels so set up in that film. That was it wasn't like in I Was a Teenager where, you know, things are set up, but it felt natural, like, ish. Yeah. But in this, it was just like, let's put this here for this purpose, and then let's put them here because that's where they're going to do this. And, like, you know, it was very, like, you could just felt very out of place, everything. And then there was the same music throughout the whole film.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like...
Yeah. It wasn't very good either.
No.
No.
But, one good thing, really good ADR in this. Very good synced. It was, yeah.
So, what will you give it based on the ADR?
Did I have any other good things? Nah. SFX and ADR. I thought he was okay. Hintzman as the zombie. Because he played a zombie in Night of the Living Dead.
Also, he had some experience.
So he took that with him, and he actually, like, wrote this film through that, I guess.
Okay.
So I think his, like, the zombie moves and stuff for that was okay. Yeah. I didn't like this one that much.
So based on that?
I want to say 3, but it wasn't that bad. I think 4 out of 10.
Yeah. 4 out of 10 as well.
Yeah. You got a miss with that one, Vincent. Sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, thank you for
pretty good,
all the other ones. They were, you know, fun to watch.
Yeah. The first two were great.
No, the video there was the best, but But thank you, Vincent, for these
tips. Yeah, I don't think I would. I mean, FleshEating Mothers has been on my list for a long
Yeah.
time, but the other ones, maybe Video Dead I had also, but I haven't even heard of Flesh Eater, and I know it's pretty popular, so maybe I should have. And yeah, I'm not a big watcher of Italian films, so I'm glad I had the chance to watch that. This is why we love people giving us tips, because if you don't, then maybe there are some films that we've missed that we want to see.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm really not all-knowing at all. I'm a shit at older films, so please give us tips. And thank you for supporting us, Vincent, and always love chatting with you. And I know that he wants to do a sort of podcast things with us and Harry Collins from the underground gore scene, so that would be really fun to do
that
one
would be
day.
amazing.
Yeah, it'd be so much fun. Anyways, we hope you enjoyed, and if you want to be one of the people to give us 5 tips, then let us know. We'll consider your application if we get any.
See if you pass or fail.
Please send us stuff. No, tips, but yes. And don't forget to subscribe to us, and
follow our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and wherever you can find us.
Yeah. Yes. Don't forget to check out the 13th floor. And we do have t-shirts. We're going to try to promote them more, but if you want a t-shirt from us, just contact any of us, write a comment in the YouTube or Facebook or whatever, and we'll get back to you on
we'll hook you up.
Yes.
So,
thank you for this time.
Thanks for watching.
And stay horrific.